Okay, we're getting ready to do these 45 cases here. Gonna bore these out for doing our strokers. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these baffle plates out of here so that we get oil in here. Harley cut this back baffle out here back in the around 37 or 8. I think they did this, maybe 36. I forget. And they never did cut this one out. So this blocks the oil getting up on your pistons, which lubricates the piston and cools them. It also makes them they don't smoke much because they don't have oil rings back there. Nowadays we have oil rings, so we'll cut these out here to let oil up in here to do lubrication and cool pistons like we need to. So we can get both of these cut out. So this is our 42 WLA motor and this is our 41 WLD motor. So both of them are turning the strokers. So first thing I do is check our head for squareness. We had a lot of fiasco going on with the shovel out cases I just did here last week. So we'll check a few things again. So if in doubt, check. I checked it last month, so I'll check it again this month. What the hell? So we just use a dial indicator here, a little finger style one. There goes boom, boom, boom on the dial. So that's all it takes to do it. You just move it out to go to full width here. Crank this all the way down. This will show you the most air because it has the most leverage, but most length from here to here. The longer this arm is, the more movement you get, the more accurate it is. So yep, bring up the table to latch. Center of my table. Good. All right. Gear. So I was a little bit too wide on this side. I think we're pretty even. So go ahead and crank this thing in. You don't want to be right on the edge, but you want to be close to it. Pull back about 1/8 of an inch or so, works good. Okay, that's about the biggest diameter I can get. Crank it up until it touches. You don't want to put more than about 5 thou load on there. Yeah. It's moving. Okay, we're 0 right there. Move the same direction each time because it does make a difference. So we're within 2/10. It's variable because the table's not perfectly flat like it should be. I've also got the tension pinch blocks on to help center the table. So we're going this direction. Looks like we're off about almost half a thou way over there. That's surprising. Try to keep this thing within 2/10 or less. You see here 0 to 2/10 up. That one was about that much on the high side. 0, 0, 0, and then we're going high again. Now I'm looking at it from an angle, so it's probably not as bad as it is looking at it from the angle, but it is high a couple times. The problem is it was high on this side too. It's definitely high. And see, we're high on this side too, so this side here we're about 2/10 up. Kill light might help, not sure. So one line is half a thou on this indicator. So we're halfway up the line. So we're 2/10 up there. And over here, now you need a light. Light doesn't help much, does it? So we're about 5/10 up, I think. Get the camera where you can see it. But the table's bowed. I've never had a bowed like that before. That's weird. Had those big vice things down, jaws down there before. Look, it bent my table. Those things were strong. Hard to believe they bent this big table. Alright, well. So like I said, there's 4/10 there, we're 5 on the other, so it's only like 2/10 max difference. Okay, now my table, my head will rotate this way, and it also rotates this way. So right now we are off by just a skosh. So I do not loosen up any pinch bolts. I just make my adjustment. These are the pinch bolts here. This is the adjuster. So I don't undo anything. I just tighten. I don't know which way to go, so let me see. No, I'm doing the wrong one already. This one here is the one that rotates it this way. The one way back here is the one that makes it go up or down. Alright, so I'm going to pull it toward me. See what the dial does. See, that's just flux. See, overall it went down. Wrong direction. So I was pulling on it. So now I'm going to go pushing on it. Back off the tension. Go off the table, come back on it. We're solid 4/10, which I think is about where we started. But we'll go over and check over here just to make sure. Looks like we're probably about the same half a thou over here. Get where I can see it. Yeah, I think we're right about 4/10 again. So we're within 1/10. Now over here, I made a little bit of a change on this side. Not sure why it did that, but it did. Okay, we're at 0 here. Okay, so this one needs to go up on this side. Okay, you always want the tension to be no tension on the screws after you make your adjustments. Okay, this one here we want to go up a little bit. We're making our adjustment here. Going up in it. Oh, it did move finally. Okay, back it back off. Zero. Okay, now we're up a couple tenths on this side maybe. Look at the difference we made. See, now this one went way under. So it's hard to get it to be good. We're basically right back where we started almost, but we made a big difference on the other side. Alright, I forget which direction I was going on this. I think we went up, so we're going to go down this time. that's already moved a bunch. Didn't even do anything yet and it moved. And we're solid half a thou down now. Yep, they moved a bunch. I didn't want to move the one way, but it sure moved the other way real quick. So when you get these things down to within a tenth, you're pretty damn close. 2/10 is pretty damn good. These machines aren't made to be perfect. Okay, we're at 0 again. So I'm going to go ahead and take the tension off. Make sure that's loose. See where we're at now. Okay, we're 2/10 down on that side. And we're more than that on this side. Okay. Give it a little more. We need about half of what we got. And it's going the wrong direction. Okay. I went the wrong way. Oh, geez. It sure moves easy that other direction. At this point, we're lost, so could just basically start over on this deal. Okay, we're half down right now. Okay, we're solid half down. We made some big moves. See, now we're 2 down over here. There's something moved a bunch. Let's see if we made an adjustment on this side. A little bit different. So even though I haven't touched anything, something's different. So I might have bumped this handle a little bit. Push harder on it. Re-zero it. Adjusting with this handle over here, so. Yep. Just over half. Yeah, what a difference. We were better before we started. So you think you're going to do just a clicky adjustment and it turns into a big pile of crap on you. Okay, we're 7/8 up on that side. We're half a down on this side, or half, but 2 to 3/10. Okay, so I need to pull that down. Down is going toward me. I do know that now. Okay. Okay, we're at 0 again. 0. Check this one. And we're up. Okay. So go the other direction now. Ah. I definitely hit the lever that time. Okay, zero that out. Okay. Let's go ahead and re-zero this. Zero. 4/10 down. 2.5 tenths down. Back to 0. So we need to go up slightly. Let's see which direction is up. Up goes away from me. It moved. This is fun. Okay, we're 4/10 down. Ooh, look at that. 4/10 down. Over here, we're at 0 to 1/10. 4/10. Over here, we're at 0. As far as I can tell. We're at 4/10. Back to 0. There we go. Squared up again. Yeah, I think we're within 1/10 now. Okay. Simple, huh? Not really. Now, usually what I do now is I screw it up by putting a little vibration in the machine. That's easy how you screw things up. So the way you do that is you hit it with a hammer. Let things kind of self-level out. There you go. That kind of vibrates a little bit. See, I moved half of that over here. All right, let's see what the new number is going to be. About 2 or 3 that way. Half a thou up over there, which it is. And over here, we're at just above 0. Only 1/10 up or so at best. Okay, we're at half. I like zeroing this side right here. Okay, I'm at 0 this way. I get confused where I was at. Okay, we are at 1 or 2 tenths down at most. Should be 0 over here, which are pretty nice on that, I think. I think we move side to side a little bit. We'll see here in a minute. We're a solid 2.5 tenths. Yeah, that's 3 tenths that time. 3 tenths down. Over here, only 1/10 down. See, we lost our 2 tenths. That's what vibration does for you. Okay, so we need to go up a little bit. This side needs to go this way. So we'll give a little bit of a vibration test here. A couple of hits like that. That'll self-center it again, maybe. Oh, it made a huge difference. Yeah. The dial doesn't like moving. Okay. There's 0. About 2/10 down. Pretty close to 0 over there, as far as I can tell. And this side's going to be more than we want to be, I bet. Oh, look at that. 2/10 down. One-tenth down. Alright, we're within the 10th again. Okay, so that was what, 15 or 20 minutes of screwing around to go 1/10 better at best from what we had. Now that's 1/10 and about 2 foot of height on a, well, I think it's a 10-inch bed here, on a 10-inch circle. Where's my scale at? Used to be a big one in here. It's buried in here. That's too much work getting that thing out. You stole my tape measure. Okay. There's more than one way of doing this. That's 6 inches. That's 4 more inches. That'd be 10-inch bed. Here, see how that works. Alright, so in a 10-inch diameter on a 2-foot circle from here to here, we have 1/10 there, 1/10 of a thousandth. That's what you call pretty stinking close. So when I take my cutting head over here, which is probably 10 inches, and multiply it by the same number, because that's about how far it hangs out, we should only be 1/10 of a thou here on that one too, which is pretty stinking close. So anyway, that's how you check this stuff. When you have problems, you come back and double check. So I know for sure my machine was not the problem with the shovel head motor. So now I get back to doing what we need to do. We need to put an angle plate up on here so I can put some 45 case in here. Alright, so we're going to get this up out of my way. This goes down a bunch because it's too high. This goes down a lot easier than it goes up. Been doing a lot of this lately. All the way up, all the way down. Give me a workout. Alright. Okay, one steel plate. Wipe the dirt off. We always rub the plate across the edge right here to wipe off any dirt that might be under it. Even though we just wiped it all off to begin with. There's the other one.
How'd the other transmission go, or is it still going?
Just waiting for parts. They came in last week.
Uh-huh.
As far as I got.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be here.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right, Chip.
I really appreciate your help.
You just put down a video to make it sound good.
No, I don't think so. I've been around other shops.
Oh.
And, you're something special.
Yeah, I'm something all right.
Don't get too big ahead. You might not be able to get out the door, but
Yeah.
you are special. Thanks.
All right. See you later. Okay. Okay, I only need 2 bolts to hold this down. So we tightened up the one that's way over here. About that much. This one here, you just put light tension on it. So now when you line the plate, this is going to be more or less a fixed point. And we're going to slide this back and forth this way to get it square. So, we're going to do that by doing this. Okay. Am I blocking the camera view? Camera over here then. Okay, you go over about where the bolt's at. It's probably about in this area here. Goes the other ones. Okay. Now I zeroed out the indicator, which is way over here. Right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and sweep the table across the indicator. And I'm going to beat it with a hammer over here until that reads more even. We use our power feed to do it. Okay, so with 0, so the indicator's going high real quick. You need to beat it out of it. It's still going high, that means we didn't go enough. Hit it some more. Still going high, but not as much. So we just hit it some more. Okay, it's starting to get a lot more even now. Okay. Turn it a little more so I can see better. Appears to still be dropping away. Kiss there. Okay. All right, so we got it way over here, about 6. About the same all the way across right now. Pick up about half a thou. And at about the same spot, about 6. So that's pretty easy. See, I'm going to tighten the table down. Or the angle plate, I should say. Okay. Let's see if it stays the same number now. There you go, same number. It's a half a thou up to here, and it goes back to 6 here and here. So the table's not quite flat, it's half a thou out right there. It might be me constantly torquing stuff against it, probably ain't helping it any, but half a thou, and we're doing about 8 inches there, 6, 7 inches at least. That ain't too bad. Alright, so we got our table square now. Now we want to see what it is going up and down. How accurate it is this way. So you go same direction all the way down. Oh, I was doing good until the indicator hit. So it went about 3 inches, it didn't move, it was still at 6, so angle plate's pretty straight. Okay, so that tells us what we got on that. So now we know that's pretty even. So all of these dimensions, whoop, go the other direction. All of these dimensions you want to make sure are square, so when you start working on your part, you know everything's zeroed out. So right now we got the, see, I leveled out my milling machine with level here, you know, like this, both side to side, up and down. I did that last week. It was off 0.02, I think, on my scale. Alright, so I got that here. Now I got the head up here is all squared up. And now we got this table, not table, damn it, this angle plate is now square to the head, and which is square to the table. So right now we're running about a half a thou air max everywhere. And that's the worst. That's the blow in the plate. Everything else we're within 2/10, quarter of a thou. If not, a little bit closer than that. It's hard to get closer than a couple tenths and anything, because temperature makes a difference, and when you start hanging weight on things, they start fluxing, and you'll lose that 2/10. So if anybody thinks you're accurate more than half a thou, you're dreaming. In the real world, things vary a lot, so I try to work less than half a thou, but that's kind of a guesstimate on that. But if you go by my numbers, that's only a tenth. Pretty much 2/10 average on the plate at most. But I'm not going to go with that. Okay, we need to get this in here. Now I come off this surface here, but we cannot clamp where the dowels are or where the oil pump flange is down here. So I have to put spacers in here to get us off that surface. So what I use for spacers is tool bits. These are big tool bits. These are 1-inch tool bits. 1 inch by 6 inch. So there you go, right there. Now tool bits are not perfectly flat, but they're usually within a thou. Now I marked them with my T right here, so when I got the T up, these things are flat. I have 3 of these, they're all the same all the way across within a couple tenths. If you flip them the other way, they vary a couple tenths, so they're about half a thou. So that's why I marked my stuff so I know where it is. Okay, now we're going to have to put a pinch bolt in here to hold this. Looks like we're going to come up pretty good on that one. I usually put a piece of flat plate on top of the mill table here, because the mill table has the grooves in there. You know, the bolt to the T-slots here. So if you put this down there, it gives this case right here something to rub against besides trying to dig a hole into the table. So it makes it a little bit easier to rotate it back and forth, because we have to rotate it up and down. And I'm already doing it backwards. We gotta go this way. That's going to go in a different spot. Okay, so that's going to go roughly about in that area. I'm going to rotate it this way so I can see what I need for a bolt. I need a stud to hold it on the angle plate. This is a stud. So usually what I do is I take strap clamp. This is 1/2-inch studs. These are all machine studs. These are all heat treated. This stuff's all over 50 Rockwell. Pretty hard. Okay, so you put these like this. Then I put another one like this inside the case. And I put another nut over here. And tighten these things up. And this will pinch the case onto the angle plate. Keeps it from moving. At least that's the plan. Okay, let's see what length we got. I think that length will work. The problem with this is my hands are not small enough to fit in here anymore. Back when I was younger, my hands would squeeze up further. Over the years, they flattened out and got bigger. Probably from overusing my grip strength too much. Alright, so how am I going to get that thing in there? Basically, I'm going to have to reverse things. In the big twin, I can put my fingers in here and do this. It studs on the floor. Okay. stud at an angle. And I gotta put the nut on here somehow. My fingers don't go in the hole, but this does. Okay. Okay, so I put that in there how I want it to be. I'll just put the nut on the outside where I can get to it. So you have to know your limitations and know how to get around them. And the other problem is this stud is now too short. So the limitation now is the stud's the wrong way. Ah, come on. Bing, bing, bing. Jackpot. Okay, we need longer stud. Next stud up. Somebody keeps putting that case on backwards for some reason. Okay. Try this again. Okay. And this is where you need 3 or 4 hands. Somehow I have to hold this up and put it in there. And I gotta have my T's up. And these things are heavy, and when they drop, they put big grooves in my table, which I don't like. Okay, I got the T going backwards, so I gotta put it on this other way. Let's see, we're gonna try to put this. I'm gonna try to put this out. Okay, these are 1, 2, 3 blocks, so they're 1 inch thick. These are 1.25 inch bits, not inch. So these are less than what this is, so I can put these over here to hold these up, because I don't have hands to do it. It's called cheating. We like to cheat around here wherever we can. Okay, this time the T's going the other way. Flip that back around. There, see now it holds that over there for me. I don't have to do it. T's going the wrong way. Good. Let's see. Next problem is that thing is sitting up too high. Parallel's barely over the hole there, which is not good. So we'll just take it back apart, do it again. I need one like this. So we'll just do this for the third time. What you doing, Scooby? What do you want down there? Scooby's come by to help. Where you going, Scooby? Scooby's leaving. There goes Scooby. Yep. Clunk, clunk. Back over to me. So the problem we had was this was overhanging the case hole, because this is laying on top of the stove, because I can't get in there to hold it up or twist it sideways a little bit, so it just goes all the way to the bottom. So these two little corners only was catching to hold the case, so that's not going to work. So we put this one on there. Now we don't have the problem having to lift it up because this whole thing's longer. And there's enough room in the case, it shouldn't be a problem. So makes the situation work easy. I should have figured out the first time, but oh well. Boom, boom. Okay, that is now in there. Try this again. This 1, 2, 3 blocks definitely help this job here. If it needs them. Hold them just right. So I don't have to fight it. Eyeball the height there. It works out perfect. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. You back, Scooby? Send the stud up a little bit by pulling up and down on it. Alright, a little pressure on that. Okay, so there's our initial pressure point. Okay, now I get this level side to side. Come on, Scooby. Be back. What do you want? You ran away last time. There's Scooby, he wants something. What do you want, huh? You want a place to lay down and sleep? You like sleeping down there by my feet. Okay, here's my digital level. Put that up here in the case. See where we're at. Look out, Scooby. You're in the way. Yeah, that's right. Where's my hammer? Oh, there's my hammer. Scooby, you're in my way. Come on. Scoot over there. Look out. Okay, so now you go in here to level this thing out. That's the wrong direction, so you got to go up. If you lift your level up a little bit, it doesn't beat it up when you do this. It's always a good thing. Appears it went way too far. Damn. Moves a lot. No, I'm going the wrong way. What the hell? Don't know what I'm doing, I guess. Kept going the wrong direction. Okay, we're 1/10 of a degree off. 6.03. 0.00. 0.00 is pretty close. And how are we this direction? 0.07. Not perfect. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and put the tension on the pinch clamp here. Put too much pressure on it, you either warp the case or break the case. So you got to be careful how much you put on there. Alright, so now we got that all in there. Tighten up. Now I can see how far this thing's out. About to come back here and shim it a little bit maybe. We'll see. It's 0.07 degrees, that's not good. Okay. Get out of the way. Okay. Slowly so you don't break the indicator off. Not that I've done that before. Alright. Close enough. Zero out my indicator up there. Okay, now I want to do a surface check here on the surface. Kind of an idea where we're at. Okay, there's 0. Couple tenths under. 0. Not too bad for a level. 2.5 to 3 thousandths out. Let's see, this is low. It's got to go up. Okay, there's 1/10 low. Zero out the indicator. Case is 1 thou different from one side to the other. About the same error. Half a thou low on that side, and we are 2 thou high on this side. So this whole case half is high relative to this case. Overall, we're not too bad. So a little bit of a shim in there will bring that into pretty close to what we want. So it's just a matter of how much shimming we want to do. We got a problem down here though. Oh yeah, that's a big problem. Yep, we're not straight. I thought I was clear, but we're hitting here. The oil pump looked like it was clear under here, but appeared to have a big gap right there, which means it's hitting down on there in the flange. So that means we're not very Very good right now. That means we're way the hell off. So we only thought we were close. We're way off. Alright, so I gotta loosen that back up. Now torquing it down like this is not good when you're gonna be twisting it. So that's actually a bad thing to be doing. Get the indicator out of the way. Can't get to it. So, what are we hitting on down there? We're hitting way down there. Ah, there we go. Here's that block needs to go straight up and down. Get me over the bad spot here. There we go. Looks a little better. And we're hitting on something again. What the hell is it hitting on? Hitting on something. You doing over there, Scooby? You got a rat. Well, obviously we're hitting on a flange or something down here that I can't see, causing the case to cock. Don't know which one it is. Okay, there's the problem. We're not even on the block. I'm not laying on my block with the tool bit, I'm laying on the case up high. So when I torque it down, it cocks it. So I need to put another block under there. To hold it. See, if I had someone else here helping me, I wouldn't have these problems, but oh well. Okay. Side here has no problem. It's all the other side. Looks a lot better now. Okay, let's have a go at this again. Yep, made it worse. Go up. 0.01, that'll work. .05 that way. Which way are we off? Yeah, we need shims on the back side. We're consistently off by some amount. Here's our shim stock. So these are 1.5 thou thick. So put one of those in each one on the top here. And see if that gets me a little bit closer to what I need. Come on. There we go. Shim's too long to fit in here like I want it to. Zero one. No difference. That's weird. It would have made a little difference. Just a little bit. All right. So we'll double it up, make 3 thou. Good on the indicator. Two, 3 up. 0. This way. 3 now instead of 5. with 3,000 shims, and much of a change. You'd think it'd make more of a change. Okay, I'll go ahead and tighten this thing down. In the real world, this doesn't really matter. I'm doing a clearance cut. But I'm picky. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay. It's bouncing all over the place between 1 down and half over. 2/10 up. That's the same we had before. Indicator needs to go out further. How far can we get out? Okay, try this again. So we're -1 right there. We're 0.5 up there. It's 1.5 thou difference. So -2 there. Comes back to 0. We're good 1 up on that side. And we're 1 up on this side. So we've got too much shims in there. So I was measuring too close to the bore center, and there's a bunch of high spots in there, so they were throwing me off a little bit. When I go to the outside edge where things are more even, now we're off. So we're off by 1 shim worth. Okay. Which really doesn't matter, so we'll leave it. Let's see, I had I got a little air front to back that I can deal with. Let's see, 0 to 1. In a case where I can't read it. There's a couple thou up on that side. Zero, 0 there, and we're negative right there. Average out the air. 0, 0. We're half under 0 there, and over here we're about 1 thou up. All right, so you got 1 too many shims over there. We should only have 1.5, so over there, not both. If you need to put any over there, really. Okay, so I got that centered that way. Now I go down and center up the bore. Let's see, we're too close. Way too close. Geez, that's way off. 10, right there's 6, 4th off and there. 11, 12, just down about 8. About the same over there, 7.5 to 8. About the same. Not exactly what you would call round. Too much. Okay. Zero that out. 7. Alright, those cases are not round at all. But it's got cylinders flip on with clearance, it doesn't have to be round. Cylinders have to go in there. So you can see the discolorization in here, but I'm measuring all of that stuff I'm measuring. Okay, so you can see how the bumps up and down quite a bit there. 7 over there. Bumps back and forth on this side too. Boom, boom. See, average out the air. And over here we're 7 again on this side. There we go. Okay, now we can go ahead and punch this thing out. Go all the way down through it. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. Alright, we'll be back in a couple minutes.